So you're starting the year off in March in Vegas. And a lot of people are saying, oh, my God, I can't believe this. The All-Stars, they've been going to Florida, blah, blah, blah. Well, if you want to run Florida this next coming year, you just go run outlaw events because this doesn't impede on any of the Florida typical scheduled events. Florida typical scheduled events are the first couple weeks of February, and this doesn't stomp all over that. So it's open once again for the freedom to race where you want is still available here with High Limit. Then they go to Tulare. I think that'll be an interesting event. Thunderbolt on Wednesday. This will be the following week. And then they go to Bakersfield Friday, Paris Auto Speedway Saturday, and then a 2-dayer at Central Arizona Speedway, kind of one of the only tracks remaining in the Phoenix, Arizona area. Then they go to Vado on a Tuesday. They take that next week, they go to Vado on a Tuesday, Route 66 Friday, April 4th, April 5th on a Saturday, Dodge City Raceway Park. We're going to get into the details of these events here after we go through the schedule. So you got Dodge City Raceway Park on Saturday, April 5th. Then they basically take a month off. They come back Thursday, May 1st and May 3rd at Texas Motor Speedway. So April 5th to May 1st and May 3rd, Thursday and Saturday, that is around the NASCAR weekend. They're doing all they can to get fans from NASCAR to show up. Just like the Vegas race to begin the year. Same thing. Once again, we already talked about this. Kyle Larson kind of makes, I think, sprint car racing lazy. As long as we can get Kyle there, we don't really have to promote and draw a crowd and promote other drivers to make them, promote other drivers to make them fan drawing worthy. We just have to eat the cheeseburger. We don't have to put in the hard work and eat the salad and build names. We just got to get around these NASCAR events to bring Kyle in, and that'll get us fans. It's lazy promotion, in my opinion, but hey, they're doing other things. It's not Brad Sweet. I think it's the footwork. I think there's other things going on in there. That's my opinion. But anyways, Wednesday, May 7th, 81 Speedway, one of the traditional, or this last year, tracks that had an outlaw and a high limit event. So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. May 9th, Lakeside. May 10th, Tri-City. Then you have a Wednesday event the following week, Monday. So they go Tri-City, then Kokomo on a Monday. Wednesday at Fremont. A lot of people are interested in that date. Then they go all the way to New York. So a May visit to New York. Ransomville on Friday, Utica Rome on Saturday. Then they come down to PA, go to Grandview on a Tuesday. Then a Friday, Saturday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I believe that's the Weikert. Doesn't say here, but I believe that's the Weikert at Port Royal. Then they go next Saturday, Lawrenceburg and Butler. Of course, these midweek events are the midweek money events. Then this is interesting. This is where High Limit's getting back to somewhere they haven't got to be, where the All-Stars used to go. A Tuesday at 141 Speedway. Really looking forward to that. All the racing I've seen from that racetrack, whether it's with fenders or wings, has been amazing. Wednesday, June 4th, which would be the next night, Red Cedar Speedway. I think Red Cedar could surprise a lot of people. I don't even think they've had too many wing races over the years. Then you'll go to Tuesday, June 10th, and this is the only date I'm seeing on the schedule for Eagle. I know a lot of people were floating, commenting on the show that Eagle was going to have a 2-day, $100,000 to win race in June. Well, the schedule does not say that. June 10th, 1 day at Eagle Raceway, and that's the following week. So they don't have a race on June, what is that going to be, the 8th and 9th, the 7th and 8th. That'll be an off weekend for them. It'll be interesting to see what the World of Outlaws are on that weekend. Traditionally, they are in the upper Midwest at that time of the year. So that could be your Knoxville date. That could be Huset's date. That could be something is happening in there. Obviously, the Huset's High Bank Nationals is on the June 21st weekend. We know that. June 20th, 21st weekend, somewhere in there. And obviously, we do not see dates scheduled. We just see the June 3rd and the June 4th, then a weekend off. Then we see the June 10th and a weekend off, which is the June 10th date is at Eagle. Once again, we thought that would be a 2-day race weekend. It's only a 1-day. So they come back after High Banks Nationals, a June 25th date at Lake Ozark, then a Friday, Saturday event at Lucas Oil. That's going to be a staple, I think, with the High Limit Series going forward. Then you have a 2-day event at Florence. I believe the Florence race this year got rained out, but everybody was in high anticipation for that event. So they got 2 days for it in July. July 11th and July 12th, which leads up to the, I don't know if they're going to call it the High Limit Hustle or whatever name it is, but Kings Royal Week at Eldora following that. Eldora 2 nights is scheduled there. And then the following week after that, a Tuesday event at Lernerville. Then a couple weeks off, assuming, for the Knoxville Nationals. Coming out of the Knoxville Nationals, you go to Tulare Thunderbolt. This is their West Coast swing. Another huge West Coast swing for the High Limit Series. Thunderbolt, a TBD, which I have the lowdown, I think, on what that TBD is going to be, and that's going to blow the roof off of this damn schedule. After that 15th date, it's Placerville, Silver Dollar for the Gold Cup. Then some midweek races at Douglas County, or one midweek race at Douglas County. Then you have Skagit. A lot of people were upset they didn't see a Grays Harbor in there, but I really don't blame them personally. Skagit, though, we assume the 100K. Then they drive all the way across the country. Port Royal for the Tuscarora 50. And the Silver Cup, we do assume this is the Silver Cup, 12-13 Lernerville. The 4 Crown at Eldora. Then a stop at Bridgeport. They go back east. This is something we didn't see. I don't think we saw this last year. They go back east, Bridgeport for a night, and then in my opinion, this is the circle of all circles. I don't care how crappy y'all think this track is or facilities or whatever. To me, this is the best, in my opinion, outside of maybe BAPS. They're coming up there. This is the best racetrack in the state of Pennsylvania right here, September 28th, a Sunday event. After Saturday at Bridgeport, Pat Valley Speedway has a National Sprint Car Day. Oh, my God, I need to go to the bathroom and touch myself. This is the date. I don't know if I'm alive by then. Who knows? We could all die tomorrow, apparently. When is the election? We could all be dead by Wednesday night. World Finals ain't going to matter in 48 hours. I'm just saying we're all going to die, apparently. But if we survive, if we somehow, High Limit thinks we're going to survive, guys. Somehow we're going to make it. Pat Valley, September 28th. I'm going to be there. I don't care what anybody says. I'm going to be there. I don't care how many Amish women have my baby by then, and I'm stuck to PA. But I am going to be there no matter what. Then you go on. I think it's a 2-weekend gap. You have a week off, then you go to Lakeside, come back to the Midwest to finish the year. Similar to this year, but no I-70. People were a little upset at this. No I-70 on this entire schedule. Lakeside, Lucas Oil for a midweek date, and then they do end the year at Texas Motor Speedway 17th and 18th. I know that was a question mark because they announced the spring dates. They left that final fall opener there. I know Dirt Tracker mentioned that, and there was a lot of question marks on what the finisher finale would be. I thought it was a great location. Great venue, raced okay, need to get the fan count up, but that's about building stars. It's about that hard salad eating work. No more cheeseburgers of just trying to get Larson to a track to get a crowd. You got to work, build these drivers, make a name for yourself, and develop something. And the drivers is what makes the brand. Who made the World of Outlaws, Sean? Was it the World of Outlaws or was it Steve Kinzer, Sammy Swindell, and Doug Wolfgang? Yeah, that's who made the World of Outlaws, guys. The drivers becoming stars, being stars. Now, I get it. The self-defense mechanism, that the World of Outlaws had to learn after they helped build this brand was that the stars turned on the brand, similar to Brad Sweet. The stars got so big, they wanted to go do their own thing, USA, all these things. So the Outlaws sat back and was like, man, maybe we should invest in building the brand more than these stars, because if we make these stars too big, they'll leave us and take the fan base with them. So it's a defense mechanism. But it's still worth doing it. That's how you build a brand, is with your stars. UFC has had stars come and go. WWE has had stars come and go, and some turned their back. Francis Ngannou turned his back on the UFC. But all these people built this brand on the way up. You got to turn the guys on the track, in the octagon, into the must-see TV people outside of Kyle Larson. That's the goal. That's what's missing in sprint car racing, period, honestly. I don't think the World Outlaws have a huge draw, especially when you compare to the late model division. We've already talked about this, how Bobby Pearson and Jonathan Davenport will draw guys to the racetrack in the same fashion as Kyle Larson will. That's why they have now the Eldora Speedway attendance record. There was no Kyle in the building, but they outsold him.